Hi everyone, J8 Champagne here, coming again from my home office with another writing tip video. So, what I want to talk to you guys about today is your process and really discussing today embracing what works for you, acknowledging what doesn't, and having the ability to be fluid when all of a sudden that needs to change. The day's going to come when what has always worked for you doesn't anymore. And what are you going to do with that? How are you going to handle that? You need to be able to be prepared for that day to come because it probably is going to come. So, what I am talking about as far as a process are the things that we all do that really allow us to write the way that we need to, that work for us and may not work for other people. So, some people like to hunker down in hotels, cabins, offices like this one, and kind of bury their head in the sand and write. And that works really well for them, that they really need to avoid and get away from any other stimuli before they're able to really move forward. There are some people that have a hard time with that and prefer the ambient noise of, the coffee shop we all always talk about. Again, I've talked about the fact that I like to write a lot at baseball fields, and the ambient noise of everything there works well for me. And there are times when I do need to hunker down somewhere and take all of the distractions away. And, but part of the process is to acknowledge that some things work at different times and some things other. Some people like using voice recorders and really don't want to write anything down at all too early and just want to talk and capture their ideas and then later come back and unpack them. And that's, their process, and that works for them. Kind of the same thing with doodling in pictures. And, I'm recently dipping my toe into the whole adult coloring book thing that's become really popular right now, and trying to see if in engulfing myself in that kind of process, that and that kind of activity as part of my process will really help, story ideas come to mind and bring to light things that, are kind of buried deep in my head, and bring them to the forefront, and to see if that kind of activity is helpful. So stay tuned, I'll let you know how that goes. In all of these things, embrace your process, but let your process be fluid, because the day is going to come when all of a sudden it doesn't work for you anymore. In my own process right now, I'm struggling a little bit with having to do that myself. I have always, for all three of my books, have done the vast majority of the writing on a computer. I do little notes here and there, but really I sit down at a keyboard and pound it out. And recently now, working on my fourth book, that has become the hardest thing for me to do because I am so easily distracted. The moment when I'm sitting on the computer and there's the ping of, oh, I have an email, and then I go to go check that and notice I have a message from somebody on Google Hangouts, and I should probably check Facebook too. And while I'm on that, well, I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night, so I should probably go to CNN. And then I'm looking at that, and there's this really interesting article about this on the entertainment page about this artist that I had never heard from. And all of a sudden I'm on YouTube watching music videos when I should have been writing. And that has become a real struggle. And that process of being on a computer, I realized yesterday I really needed to do something else. So what I did was I sat down and I really gave it some thought as to what I could do differently and what else works for me that I could kind of pull out of my back pocket. And I realized as I was thinking about it that what I was almost pining for was to be later down the road, to be at that place where I have printed my entire first draft and put it all in a big 3-ring binder, and then to sit down and dig into it. And a huge part of my process is I write with a hot pink pen. I pull out my hot pink pen and just in the margins and in between the lines and fix all the typos, and kind of that digging into what I already have, part of the process that I just wanted to get there. And so what I did was I got myself there. And not that I have written a huge first draft, but I took everything I have written and I printed it out. And it's not everything. It's not, there's blank pages in here, so I have places to write. But the work that I have already gotten done, and my hair clip is falling out, so we're going to let that go. I needed to get to a place where that would work for me. And this is what's going to work for me. At least I'm hoping so, because I've got to try something else. If you are struggling today, try something else. Don't be afraid to get down the road in your own process. Oh, well, it's too early for that. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. I printed it out and I'm going to dig into it. And that hot pink pen, I may need a new one because I'm going to write everything out on it and dig it, and then come back later and type it into the computer in a place where I don't have Wi-Fi. We'll see how that goes. But don't be afraid and don't get frustrated by the fact that your process isn't working for you. It's really easy to say, oh, I can't do this anymore. I thought I could write this book. I just can't do it. You can do it. You can absolutely do it if you're willing to be adaptable to the changes you need to make as a writer to really work the way that you need to. And part of learning how to write is figuring out all of these things. And I know you can do it. So get out there today and write. And I can't wait to read it, to see, what you guys all come up with. So you can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All of that at JH Champagne. I love hearing from you. I hope to talk to you all soon. Have a great day.